Okay, I'm gonna start the recording again. Gonna share my screen and let's move to the next question. Next question that you're gonna see is about this company. Now it's the two companies that again, we have the information about the current year. They're giving us cost of goods sold. They give us a inventory at the beginning and inventory at the ending. The question asks, calculate the inventory turnover for each company. How are we going to get the inventory turnover? Well, we have to get the cost of goods sold as a nominator, and we have to get the average inventory as a denominator. Now, I'm not sure if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Prof.
Can you see here at the bottom of my screen? They're always at the bottom. When you highlight two numbers, or when you highlight two cells or number of cells in the Excel spreadsheet, on the very bottom is going to give you one number is the average that always give you. The other one that always give you, the other number that gives you is how many columns you have highlighted and what's the sum of those columns. Have you seen this before? Probably,
Yes, Prof.
right? So now I already have my average, but since it's here, I cannot use it in my formula. So I have to plug it by myself. Again, my question is calculate the inventory turnover for each company. And again, the publisher asked me to round my number to 1 decimal place. So what I'm gonna do, just to make it easy for myself, I'm gonna go again formulas. I'm gonna go math trigonometric functions. I'm gonna go down to the round, click that round number, and in that supportive screen, first number that I need is the calculation number. I don't need the cell with number in the cell. I need this number to be calculated by the formula that I'm going to create. What will be the formula? Again, the formula will be the cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory for the year. Let's go. One bracket is our cost of goods sold. We got our nominator. Now let's get our denominator. Two brackets, beginning balance plus the ending balance. Close the bracket, divided by 2. Close the other bracket. This time doesn't give us the number. Does it? Because we need one more bracket. Once we get one more bracket, we're gonna see the number that is correct, calculated in this cell. What do we need to do? Is to enter the number of the digits that we want after the decimal. We want it 1, and we have our first number. Make sense?
Yes.
Very simple, very easy. You don't have to kind of put extra effort, anything like that. You just put it this one and that's it. Now what we have to do, we have to do the same thing for the other company. Let's go again, formulas, math trigonometric, scroll down, get the round. Again, we need our nominator cost of goods sold divided by denominator, 2 brackets, beginning plus the ending, close the bracket, divided by 2, close the bracket to the for the denominator, close the bracket for the entire formula. We have our days. Get 1 digit after the decimal, click OK, and we have our number. Now, once we have our inventory turnover, we can question ask us to calculate the days of sales in inventory. How are we going to do this? Well, if our inventory turnover is 15, in the year we have 365 days. So we're going to get 365 days as a nominator, inventory turnover as a denominator, and we're going to get the days of sales to sell the inventory ratio. Again, the publisher asks us to do 1 decimal after. So let's go. We're going to get the formulas, math trigonometric. We're going to go around. We're going to open one bracket this case. We're going to get 365. That's given. That's already known. Divided by the inventory turnover. Close the bracket. You get the number. Put the number of digits that you want behind the decimal, and you get your number. The only thing that we have to do is we have to format this cell to give the number the same way it's given on the top. Formatting paint, format paint, close it, and you're done. For the next company, you have to do the same. Formulas, math trigonometric, go to the round the number, get the 365 divided by the inventory turnover, close the bracket, put one number after the digit number after the decimal, and you get your number. So after we do this, the next question that it might be, I'm not saying it's going to be there, but the next question that might be is, which company appears to be more efficient in handling the inventory? What do you think in this case?
Supermarket.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yes, Professor.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what. So listen this. One thing that you have to understand is sometimes the people, they're gonna challenge you with questions, not to just to see how confident you are with the statement that you're making. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm saying that when it asks you, are you sure? That means you have to be absolutely sure, and you're absolutely correct.
Yes.
Why? Because it takes the superstore less days to sell his inventory, logically.
Yes, sir.
Make sense? Don't be afraid to be confident. So again, in this question, we can, as a managers, once we see those numbers, normal question will be, what can I do to improve those numbers? What will be one possible scenario? Now, the first company is the one having problem with the inventory. If we increase our cost of goods sold, what's going to happen with our inventory turnover in inventory ratio? Let's check, and we're going to see. Let's put 40,000, 40 million. If we increase our cost of goods sold and keep the inventory the same, suddenly we're improving the inventory turnover and respectively our days to sell our inventory. So that will be one way to improve our inventory turnover. What's the other way? Most likely reducing the ending inventory. Let's see if we reduce our inventory to 400, what's going to happen now? My ratio improved. So which are the possible two scenarios that going to improve our inventory turnover and respectively reduce the days to sell the inventory? Either sell more and keep the inventory level the same, either reduce the inventory level at the year end. That's how can you improve the inventory turnover.